Hey, lady loves. Oh, how are you doing? They have shut down the beaches here. $1,000 fine. I had this whole idea that I was going to go on this great beach walk later. My hair, is anybody else just like not washing their hair for as long as humanly possible? Or is that just me? Oh my God. So we finished the 7-day extravaganza. I want you guys to know you have until Wednesday night to complete them. So I'm seeing a bunch of you are like, I only got to watch 1. I only got to watch 2. I didn't get through it. You still have it. You still have time. You can put me on the background. You can binge me, baby. You can binge me. Here's the thing that I really want to talk about today, because it's been so cool for me during this time, to be honest. And we know that this is definitely a scary time. It's definitely an unsettling time. There's a lot of uncertainty. We know that I actually lost my aunt to the coronavirus. So I when I said like this has been like I'm kind of enjoying this time, that's not at all. I just want to be very clear. I'm not enjoying that aspect of it at all, and not being near my family. But a few things that I did want to say that's been really epic, and I know those of you that are new to me, what's up, Jennifer Smith? Bringing that K. Yes, you can binge me. Binge me, baby, all day long. So one of the coolest things I've been seeing, and Jennifer, maybe you can speak to this too, is my clients that I've been speaking to are like, Melissa, it's really odd. I'm eating less than ever before. I thought it would be the opposite. I thought I would be doing a lot of mindless eating. I thought I would be doing a lot of this. And I'm like, no, because you're connected to your body, and they're all telling me, they're like, I'm so connected that I'm hearing that like, I'm not hungry. Even more so. And this is something that I love so much about this work that I get to do and that I get to impart on you guys, is because it's in connecting back to your body. It is with you forever. You have this relationship where all of a sudden you're like, oh, and you know what to do. You're like, a cold's coming. I should go to bed now. I should eat this. That's not working for me. And you trust yourself. It's like, oh, I'm not hungry past 3 o'clock. I don't need to eat just because it's dinner. I don't need to eat just because it's, just because normally I'm on a diet and today I'm not, or I still have this many calories I can eat. You're actually just in tune, and you trust what you're being guided to, and there's a peace in that. And you're not controlling it. In that peace, there is freedom. In that peace, there is an awakening to a new way that you're like, oh, like I spoke with 3 of my clients today that are they're now in my Ultimate Queens program, and they were just like, I'm just like totally taking care of me. Like I'm enjoying this time. I'm feeling, the reprieve of life. Like I'm recognizing, and I was like, this is exactly what I wanted to go into the Wholeness group and talk about today. And I was like, talk about a message that needs to be sent. I have a lot of energy. Just work with me. Okay. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about is, and those of you that have worked with me, you know that I bring in a lot of metaphysical, and I talk a lot about energetic upgrades, and I talk about different things, and the more you work with me, the more I share about that stuff on different levels, because you're actually you're in a space where you're able to receive it. Generally, when people start off in my like Love Your Body, Lose the Weight program, we first have to connect back into your body and then shift your mindset so that you can start opening up to other things and get you out of isolation and into connection. And once we get into that connection, I slowly share more and more about my intuitive world. But something that's really cool that I am going to share, because it's me, and why not, is that if you are open to it, my invitation to you and what I've been sharing and what I've really been getting from my intuitive guidance and when I'm tapping in, is that we're really, if you're in the allowance for it, this is a time for an energetic upgrade. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that your body's getting to up level. You're getting to shed old ways of being that aren't serving you and step into ways of being that you've been desiring for yourself, which is why I keep saying that, weight loss is easy. You get to say, I let it be easy. You get to really be in a space of co-creating what it is that you desire. Your sole job on this planet is to have fun and to enjoy and to enjoy all the facets of life, whatever you feel called to. Everybody has different dreams and desires, right? And it's being that and it's enjoying that. And I actually love that this time it's like a timeout from life. You're not being pulled to 50 different things that, you know, you feel bad for not going to, or an invitation here, or you need to drive your kids here, your husband and you need to go to this dinner or this and that. We're all being called to come back to being human, to get out of so much disconnection and so much sporadic energy and frenetic energy that I'm hearing left and right from my clients, that they're like, I'm really noticing, like, I'm feeling more calm. I'm able to hear my body I'm really hearing it. Oh, I had another client today that's like, Melissa, it's been really interesting for me. I've noticed that, like, I always thought I had a problem snacking at 4:00. She's like, I always just like had this insatiable hungry at 4:00, and I thought it was just, I'm a stress eater and it's this time at work. But she's like, in truth, now that I'm home, I'm recognizing that my true hunger is I eat at 12 and 4:00 is really my dinner now. And maybe I have something small around 7, but generally I don't really need to eat again. And she's like, and I'm just trusting in that, and it feels really good. And I wake up hungry and my weight's falling off. My body's like normalizing. And she's like, and just everything seemed to be working better. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, so it's almost like being home, I'm able to hear these things and tune out all the other noise that happens in an office environment, right? So I want you guys to be looking at what's going on right now and how it can be an opportunity of support for you. Now, not everybody's home from work yet. And some of you are deemed essential businesses, right? So I take what speaks to, leave what doesn't. But what I want to share with you today is this is an opportunity for us to get back to being human. This is an opportunity for us to come back to the things that matter most in this world, which is human connection, not isolation, which is not constantly being on your phone or going crazy on social media or being in all these disconnected states. It's being called to pick up a book. It's being called to call a friend and actually have time for conversations with family members and friends you haven't had time to connect with in forever. Now you do. You have an opportunity to be in nature, right? I keep getting intuitive messages. It's like time to get out of stale environments and go back to nature. And as you're seeing around the world, nature is loving the fact that humans are having to go indoors. And, you know, the Venice canals are clearer than ever. Wildlife is it's amazing. It's like what's the word that I want to use? What is the word that I heard actually? Not overpopulating. Wildlife's like, there's a resurgence, especially, you know, you're seeing that, especially fish and dolphins and whales, like you're seeing them all over the place. Like it's really quite beautiful. I know here in California, it's rained more than ever. I feel like it's like a cleansing of the planet. Like we are cleansing. We are all getting a break. I think that there has been so much evolution so fast where all of a sudden it's like we're cloning people as robots and we're putting chips in people and there's this and there's that. And like, I get it, and I'm not poo-pooing science, and I'm not like, if anything I'm saying isn't speaking to you, by all means, just disregard it. Like, this isn't meant to be like, I'm not looking to trigger people or anything of that nature. Take what speaks to you, leave what doesn't. I find it to actually be a very inspiring and exciting thing to hear. And again, I am not discounting the illness and what it is doing. I just lost a family member. I am not doing that at all. I have a client that just got diagnosed. This is a very real thing, and we all need to be responsible, and we all need to be in a space of staying present to what we can control, being present to the present day and not getting far gone in the future, being in a fear-based space, right? You're seeing there are two paths that we can go down. There's one based on love and another based on fear. That's all about future tripping and what if scenarios that you cannot control. What you can control is how you experience today, how you experience what's going on. And I really want to encourage you guys, if you are constantly listening to the news and other social media channels that are all based on conspiracy theories and fears and other things that make you feel anxious and not good in your body, then that is your soul that is saying, please turn this off. This is not serving you, it's hurting you. right? And so what I'm really seeing right now is those people that have invested in their own evolution. Like I really, really see it. A lot of my clients have been reaching out and they're like, I am so grateful that I worked with you. Like, I'm so grateful that I invested in these things. Like, I feel like I have these tools to be able to really handle what's going on right now. And it's not phasing me. Like, I'm okay. I'm like rolling with it. It's kind of unjarring to me how okay I am with everything and how I'm really seeing a positive, and it's real and it's scary, but I'm not discounting that, but like, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, this is really interesting. And what I see from that and what I want to part on you, because I recognize a lot of you, are new to me or, haven't had the ability to be able to, or capability or desire to even do personal development work. And that's okay, right? Like, I'm not poo-pooing that at all. What I do want to say though, what's up, Sherry girl? What I do want to say is, this is a time to connect in. And what I am seeing is those that haven't really done that or are used to really numbing out with food, numbing out with social media, numbing out with overspending, numbing out with just constantly being stimulated by people. They're going a little crazy right now and they don't know what to do. They're kind of crawling out of their skin. And I can feel it in the pool of energy that I'm feeling. And so I was sharing with my Ultimate Queens group about how to really protect your energy and how to be in that space where you can actually not feel so much in the world right now as there's so much going on. So I really want to caution you, if you're noticing that you took one vice of always, maybe it's, overeating and over watching TV and now it's just constantly social media. Really notice you have an opportunity now to really manifest, to really co-create with the universe, to really get clear on the things that you desire for yourself, and to use this as an opportunity to go, what ways of being aren't serving me? What ways of being aren't working for me any longer? And who is it that I choose to be in the world? And now more than ever, I get to step up and declare that for myself. I get to step up and have that for myself. I get that to be what is my normal. That is what I choose for myself, because my old way isn't working and I'm seeing it perpetuate. And I really think that we're going to see that more and more. There will be a bit of a divide. And my invitation to you is to see, how can you take this reprieve in the world, this time where there aren't invitations that you have to say no to, or feeling that those energy leaks, right? Of all of these things of like, oh, well, I should be doing that, or I should be doing this, or I should have said yes to that, or we need to go here, we need to go there, and just go, okay, wait a minute. Even though my life is crazy right now, and even though maybe I'm homeschooling and I've got a lot on my plate, there's also a lot that was taken off because we are here. And what are things that I can do to support myself? What are things that I can do to bring my family in? How can I actually co-create in this environment so that we all grow together and are better for it? And if you're alone, it's how can I take this time to normally, instead of just doing I wake up, I go to the gym, I go off, I work all day, I come in, I'm exhausted, I put my feet up, I overeat at night, I go to bed, I'm still tired, I wake up and I do the same thing. How can we take this and make this an opportunity for you to shift? What's up, Sheila girl? For you to shift within yourself, for you to go, wait a minute, instead of all this isolating and the rat race that is there and all of the heightened stress and all of the heightened stimulation, I know that this is a new way, and I know that this is a different way, and I know that this too shall pass, and I have the opportunity and the invitation to stay calm, but most of all, to connect in with me and get clear on what is it that I'm being called to, right? Now, the next part of this message that I really want to say to you too is please, please, there is so much going on in social media right now that is like, write your book, like clear out all the projects, do all the things. Now's the time, now's the time, now's the time. And it's like another way to like beat ourselves down and make ourselves wrong. Listen, I'm all about projects. I've got things that I'm doing on my end as well. And not to where it's making you wrong. That is a muscle within you. That is a negative response within you that finds fault within you. And it's time for her voice to go away. What's up, Christy? It's time for her to go away. And Joan, right? Like, we don't need another negative voice that's finding fault within ourselves. What we need is to support ourselves. You don't need to have another project that you need to mark off your list to deem yourself worthy and deserving of telling yourself that you're a good person. And if you're a high achieving person, then you got your worth from being the achiever, from doing the things. The doing is the masculine way. The doing is the part of you that feels that in order to deem yourself to be worthy and deserving of good things and to be happy and to have the food and blah, 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 that you need to be doing all these things. And what we actually want to do as women is we are being called to step into our feminine. The feminine power lies in being. It's not in doing. Doing is push mode. Doing is struggle. Doing is striving. There is a place for doing. I understand. We do to get things done, but your worthiness is not tied to what you do. And when we start to make our worthiness tied to what we do, it becomes a dangerous place because we're measuring our worth by our to-do list, just like we measure our worth by a number on the scale. And that is what I'm here to say we have to let go of, ladies, because it is not serving you. You are worthy now because you are like a divine being of the Most High. You are worthy now because you are you. You are worthy now because you were born worthy, right? I'm going to hashtag this whole thing, I was born worthy. You've got it, like, it's really starting to understand where is that voice, that still quiet voice in my mind that wants to tell me that I'm wrong. And it might be not be quiet. It might be quite loud, but she's there. And when you hear her now more than ever in this time of connection within yourself, it is an opportunity to let her go, because your sole goal on this planet is to have fun. Your sole goal on this planet, especially as a feminine woman and being in your feminine power, is to create by being. And when you're being called forward, like I had a client that's like, yeah, I just ended up reading this weekend and then I started beating myself up because there were all these projects and I have this time. And I was like, first off, we have several more weeks of this. I think you're fine. But two, that voice, that's a pre-programming. And when I said this to her, she was like, oh my God, you nailed it. Exactly, like nail on the head. And I was like, yes. And this is a way of being that gets to die off. This is a way of being that gets to be released now. You need to repeat to yourself, I'm worthy now of being happy. I'm worthy now of effortless weight loss. I'm worthy now of being worthy. Because I'm worthy, because I was born worthy, because I am a divine being of the Most High. I am of divine consciousness, which means I have God in me. I am divine, which means there is nothing outside of me. There is nothing that I desire that is too big that I cannot have. And that is not just me, that is every one of us. And whatever you believe in, divine being of God, source power, whatever, it's where we came from, right? And so you are that, and anything less than that is your own limited thinking. And that's what we get to release now. Right? And that part of you that wants to make you wrong, that wants to measure your self-worth on this planet by a number on the scale or by what you ate that day or by whether or not you completed something on your to-do list, that's what needs to go, because your soul is calling you forward. And if you and I share this with my client, she was called to read a book. I go, how good did that feel? When's the last time you read a book and laid on your sofa and just had that time? She's like, I don't even know. And I was like, yeah, so that voice, it's the voice of the ego mind. That voice is the voice that wants to make you wrong. That is the voice of the dieter that started in separation from yourself, from your highest self. And that is the voice that we get to go, I see you, and bye-bye, Felicia. Like, there's no place for you here anymore. Because what we don't really place emphasis on in our society and culture, which is the most powerful and potent thing that I want to share with you guys in today's live, that is so powerful, is the fact that as a divine feminine being, it is when we are doing things that our soul is calling us to, like dancing, like creating, like reading, all these things that we think aren't doing things. That's when our imagination flies off the handle. That's when we are brought into inspired action and we get our best business ideas. That's when all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, this is what my family member should really do to support them in X, Y, and Z. That's when we're called forward and we have the most powerful, most successful moments that will propel us forward. But we don't create the time for them, because our society is so built on praising those that do and having a very action-oriented, burn yourself out to the ground, must be in all places and do all things, all woman, right? It's like, okay, you're going to have the kids and then you're going to be a wife, but then you're going to also work, but then you've got to have dinner on the table, but then you've got to clear the table, but then the house needs to be clean, and then you also have to be amazing at sex, and you also have to look like a supermodel. Can you do all those things, and can you do them 100% well? And even when you do them 100% well, I'm still going to make you wrong because it's still not perfect. That's the shit that needs to go, right? Are you guys with me? That's what needs to happen, because otherwise that's when we'll continue to perpetuate the very behaviors that perpetuate generations and lineages past, that we will continue to spread on for the way in which women are supposed to operate in the world. And that is what needs to change now. Okay? You guys with me? I think we are. I think we're there. All right, I love you much. I will see you in here. By the way, tomorrow in this group, I will be doing a meditation and inspiration. We'll be doing a weekly meditation and inspiration in here at 9 a.m. Pacific. Amen, sister. It's like I'm going to get off my pedestal now. I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I hope you liked what I was sharing. So tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a meditation and inspiration with me. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we'll be doing it in the Wholeness group. Those of you that are alumni, I will make sure to share it as well. I'm trying to share everything everywhere and do different things for all it, and it's a lot, guys. The extravaganza you have up until Wednesday night at midnight, please listen. Jennifer Smith, you rocked that thing out, girl. I still have to comment on everything. I love you guys so much in here in love and support. If you want more support with the coronavirus and anything else, please make sure to head on over to our Wholeness podcast. And I believe the link might be in here. But I also shared a guided meditation, and also just more on my take with the coronavirus and how to support you in these uncertain times. I'll continue to do so. We're coming up with amazing things for you guys. Again, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in here. Morning meditation and inspiration with me. I will have other classes and other things. Extravaganza is still up. It's 100% free, and it's for you. So please put me on and do it. And anything else, if you guys have anything that you're like, dude, MK, I really need support with this, or I'd love to know what you're doing with X, Y, and Z, I will share it all. So ask me. I've had things from like, can you do some cooking examples? Can you tell me what your workout is? Can you do like, you know, ask away, and I am here in support, and so much love. Sending it all to you. Much love, guys.